According to this version, accessory kits are fine, but complete figures packed in one box are not. Okay, so you have to sell the bare heads, okay? Another version of the story says that Black Hole/LS collected full payment from retailers, but did not pass the money on to the factories for production, instead keeping the money. Because of that, some people believe the raid story may have been staged so they would not have to refund retailers. So it's very possible that no raid actually happened, and we've all been essentially made fools of by Black Hole Toys. And Black Hole Toys is currently in Fiji with a massive bag of yuan. Alright guys, welcome back to the Dragon Ball figure recap. First of all, as usual, we have official SH Figuarts. As for Premium Bandai, if you saw last week and so on, Bardock's pre-orders are now closed. They closed on March 15th, okay? So if you wanted that figure from Premium Bandai, your opportunity has passed. Zarbon and Dodoria's pre-orders also closed on March 16th, which is kind of weird because I don't think that was the original date that was there. So I think they changed that. I might have to double check last week's video and see, but I don't remember these being like 1 day apart for pre-order closing date. Very strange. I don't think that was the case before. Anyways, Fusion Android 13 is still here for pre-order, $90. Pre-orders close March 29th. Today is what, like March 27th. So you got 2 days to decide if you want this, okay? And they have this Genki Damatsuri Goku lottery raffle thing going on. It says here pre-orders open March 27th at 1 p.m. and they close on March 30th. So you have like basically 3 days starting today, right? 3 days starting today to enter the Goku lottery. See if you can win, you know, a Goku themed house and stuff like that. I'm just joking, of course. But yeah, $80 for that. As I've said many times, I have no interest in this. If it was, you know, anime colored, I'd be a bit more interested. But even then, I'd probably rather get a third-party one for a better price than the $80 thing going on here. Let's now move on to Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So DAIMA Goku, Adult Goku, seems to be sold out on Amazon. I don't see it being sold directly by Amazon.com, just like third-party sellers. But Barnes & Noble does have it, of course. They have it here, $38. Okay, so the new, you know, retail price for this, as far as I can tell, right? As for Mini Goku, Amazon does still have him for $38. I think he was sold out before, wasn't he? I think he was sold out before, so I might have to mark him back as in stock again on dbfix.com. So I'm pretty sure he was marked as out of stock last I checked. So as for Vegeta, DAIMA Vegeta, Amazon still does not have this one, okay, being sold directly by them, but Barnes & Noble does indeed have it right here, $38. And of course, as I mentioned before with Barnes & Noble, they have free shipping on orders $50 or more, and they have this like premium members get an additional 10% off, and you can collect stamps to save with rewards and stuff. They have a pick up in store option, that kind of thing as well, okay? Mini Vegeta is on sale on Amazon. Pretty, you know, decent-ish price, $27.47, but I do have a coupon offer for $19.22, which I think is a pretty good price for this figure. So if you want that, I would, you know, try to get that coupon if you have that offer available. Now for DAIMA Adult Piccolo, he's still here on Amazon.com, still on sale, $66.20. I think the lowest I ever saw him go for, excuse me, I think the lowest I ever saw him go for was like $63. So it has gone lower than this before. So yeah, if you want that, that's available from them. And Barnes & Noble also has it for like the full retail price of $75, okay? Next, we have Mini Piccolo being sold by Amazon.com. The listed price here is $46.65, but as is the usual trend now with this figure, I have a coupon offer for $32.65, which I think is a very good price for this if you want that. Glorio is also here for $95.27, being released on April 10th, so not far away. I mean, they must put this thing on sale. This has to go to clearance. There's just, there's no way this is not going to clearance, okay? There's no way, no way. Shenron is here as well by Amazon.com, $120, currently in stock, all right. Piccolo the Proud Namekian, $105.25, being released on August 14th, 2026. And I would expect some kind of discount prices on this as well once it releases, because $105.25 for that makes no sense. I have no idea why Amazon is doing that. I think the retail price for this was originally like $75, so I don't know how you go from $75 to $105. And it's not like all Dragon Ball SH Figuarts have insane jumps like this, so I don't know what's going on with that. As for Frieza First Form, $98, being released on November 14th, 2026, okay. Trunks Boy from the Future, $77.59, being released on July 14th, 2026. And you can also see on dbfigs.com, there is an SHF release schedule where you can see like a calendar of all the Amazon releases set for this year based on what I could see on Amazon here, okay? So Infinite Latent Superpower Trunks is being reissued as well, being released on October 23rd, 2026, $38. And Barnes & Noble has it currently in stock, okay? So if you want it right now, you don't want to wait until October 23rd, 24th, or whatever, $35 from Barnes & Noble. And Earth's Strongest Man Krillin is also being reissued. It says it will be released on August 14th, 2026, $65. And Games Begin Goku, currently in stock, $38 from Amazon.com directly, okay? And Barnes & Noble actually also does have this figure in stock right now, $38. So really, I mean, the exact same price. Amazon has, of course, the Prime free shipping if you have Prime. And if you don't have Prime, you can get a free trial of Prime for young adults. Link in the description for that, of course. And Barnes & Noble, you get free shipping on orders $50 or more, okay? Now, this Gohan is still out of stock at Amazon. Can't find it being sold directly by them. But Barnes & Noble does still have their stock of it available right here, $65, okay? Dangerous Pride Vegeta, being released on June 29th, 2026. As I've said before, I'm looking forward to this myself, just for the body and stuff though, not the head sculpts. And this Vegeta is still out of stock from Amazon, as far as I can see here, only third-party sellers. But Barnes & Noble does still have it, $35, and free shipping on orders $50 or more, and so on. Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku is being released on July 30th, 2026, okay, $38 from Amazon.com. And Saiyan Raised on Earth is currently in stock, but not really. I mean, I guess there's a bit of a sale from $38 to $31, but I've seen this go as low as like, I think, was it $24 or something like that? So the price of this has gone much lower in the past, and Barnes & Noble has it as well for the full retail price of $38, okay? Imperfect Cell is currently in stock from Amazon.com, and I think Premium Bandai also has this one up for $80. Of course, they have the $10 shipping thing, but Amazon has the free Prime shipping right here, $77.59, okay? And Majin Buu, now this is not available on Amazon, at least last I checked. It sold out like the second week of these recaps, or it was gone by the second week basically that I did a video like this. But Barnes & Noble does have it, full retail price, $80. I have this figure myself. I do think that if it had like really good shading and stuff, it'd be pretty much a perfect Majin Buu. I do think like, I wish it had some different expressions, like kind of like a mouth open shocked expression would have been really cool to have. But you know, if the price was lower, I think this is like, it's a solid figure if you ignore the price and stuff, you know what I mean? Apart from the shading, of course. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is in stock from Amazon.com, $61.99, free Prime shipping and so on. And Super Saiyan Blue Unwavering Saiyan Pride Vegeta, $34.99, being sold by Amazon.com. And Barnes & Noble also has it here for $38. Now, the full power or fully power Broly Super Saiyan Broly Fully Power is being reissued on April 30th. It'll be released on April 30th, 2026. I do plan to get this myself because, as I said before, I want to make some like Dragon Ball Super Broly movie stuff, so I would need this figure for that. You know, it's possible that some third-party company will make a Broly like this at some point, and if they do, if a third-party company makes this Broly and it's better than the official one, and I have the official one, I might consider selling my official one and getting the third-party one, because I don't want to have two of these. But if a third-party company makes this, it'll almost certainly be a better figure with more accessories, better value, and so on. So there's that. Red Goku here being released on September 15th, 2026, $38. Blue Goku, same price, October 14th, 2026. And Barnes & Noble has the like 2.0 Dragon Ball Super Broly movie version of Super Saiyan Blue Goku for $38. And here we have GT Kid Goku on Amazon.com, $48.06, okay. And finally, Barnes & Noble also has GT Kid Goku for the full retail price of $54. Now let's get into the third-party stuff. And this week there is, I think, quite a bit of news. My notes are like stacked, so let's go. All right, so first we have this screenshot here. I think I saw this on Reddit. I can't remember exactly where. But it's basically saying 5K just announced that Mythos Anime is disbanded and all their upcoming figures are canceled. Then someone asks, okay, their Insta, they say no. In their Chinese store group chat, KW Perfect Cell is also canceled, okay? Then we have this. Antris Reviews posted this saying, according to the latest news, Cell KW has been canceled and Anime Mythos Kong Studios has ceased operations, canceling all of its products, okay? Next, they posted this as well, saying, you know, EM Hyrule reported, oh well, Cell KW Studio canceled, EM Hyrule or M Hyrule reported, the Dragon Ball third-party world is going through very turbulent and tense moments these last few weeks between one piece of news and another. Today, 5K Toys in China leaked the dissolution of Mythos Anime, Kong, and KW Studio. All figures from both brands that were yet to arrive have been canceled, and it is recommended to speak with the various stores to, if necessary, request refunds for pre-orders. The Perfect Cell in particular was highly anticipated by many. As we leak more information, we will update. In Chinese group chats, it is already being commented that all figures from almost any brand scheduled for release in March and April have been delayed until the situation calms down. This does not affect, for now, accessories and heads, only complete figures. This does not mean they have been canceled, only delayed as a precaution. And someone made me laugh. I think someone on Reddit said like this is the third-party Armageddon or something like that. That did make me laugh. Let's move on now to the next thing. So Courier News had posted this. I think that they have since deleted the post because I couldn't find it again. But they posted this saying canceled as of March 21st. KW Studios has dissolved, sending manufacturer cancel and confirming to locals that they are shutting down works and remaining offline for the time being. Okay. Next we have EM Hyrule. They posted this saying upcoming figures canceled, KW Studio and Mythos Anime disbanded. This is, I believe, Spanish. Can't read that, at least not perfectly. So let's move on to the English. It says today 5K Toys in China leaked the dissolution of Mythos Anime Kong and KW Studio. All figures. Oh, this is the same thing that Antris Reviews reposted, right? So yeah, okay, cool. Oh, but they also said this. Let's see. Above all, perfect cell was expected by many. As we filter out more and update information, Chinese group chats are already reporting that all figures from almost any brand scheduled to release in March and April have been delayed until the situation calms down. This does not affect props and heads for now, but full figures. That doesn't mean they've been canceled, just delayed as a precaution, okay? So according to this, head sculpts, accessories, I guess, are not being affected by whatever this thing is, which might not be much of anything really. This might be, essentially, this might all be an elaborate ruse, or not a scam necessarily, but just a charade, like not truly being what it is being presented as. And I don't think it's necessarily due to ill intentions by people like, Courier News or EM Hyrule or anything. It's possible that Black Hole Toys deceived us all. Essentially, it's possible. We're gonna get to that in a moment, okay? Someone posted this on Reddit. They've since removed the post. It's gone now. It says, sorry, this post was deleted by the person who originally posted it, okay? But it originally said, update about cancellation. I spoke with 5 different sellers. 5 told me they did not have any cancellations from factories, and 1 has already received a shipment of them. I paid him extra $20 for him to send me the first one so I can be sure this is real. Stay tuned and I'll post it if or when I receive it. I guess the $20 didn't work out as they thought because the post is now gone. Okay, so those $20 have gone down the drain. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't even know who posted it because it says, I think they deleted even their account. So I don't know what's going on. They might be on a ship heading to China right now, undercover. I'm not sure what's going on there. On Reddit, Confident Database 77 posted this as well, saying third-party purge. I moderate a Discord that's partnered with Courier News, Living Lukes, and many others. I know there's a lot of information going around at the moment. What I can say is that the news we heard about Black Hole/LS Studios is legit. That seems to be consistent. But as we've been told by numerous of the popular DBZ stores on Ollie, other studios are scared of prosecution right now. So they are either laying super low, rebranding, or closing. We've also been told not to expect any new releases of teasers to come out for at least the next month and even beyond. And I mean, when I read this, I was like very, very concerned. But then shortly after, I saw stuff still getting posted. So as I alluded to just now, this whole thing might not be what we thought it was. Okay, let's continue. Let's see here. Yeah, one thing that has been relayed to us is these studios and sellers don't want the info passing around all over social media. Apparently, authorities are keeping an eye on things. For those of us that love third-party items, for things to continue, we too need to lay low, be patient, and just see what happens. And like, this is confusing to me because Kang is still posting on Instagram, right? I think even Courier News still posted stuff after this about figures and stuff, right? So it's just like, what exactly is happening here, right? Like, it's not, not every single person is singing the same song, basically, right? Like, this guy's saying, hey, we need to lay low, just keep this thing on the low. But then Kang is like, in stock, shipping right now, here we go. You know what I mean? So, and even I think Courier News even posted after this. Let me double check. All right, so yeah, so he posted this 6 days ago, right? And it says, what did it say? Saturday, March 21st, okay? And up until as recently as 3 days ago, I'm seeing here, Courier News posted this about no new customs, a new Ultimate Gohan recast work referencing Z artwork with head sculpt work base form. Comes with 3 faces head sculpt releasing in late March, okay? Talking about pre-order links and everything. So, I mean, like, I would take this message more seriously. And of course, I have no personal, like, you know, sometimes people get very, very, how do we say? They think you're like attacking them. I'm not attacking anybody here or anything. All I'm saying is that I would take a message like this more seriously if Courier News wasn't still posting stuff on his Instagram about new, you know, products and stuff, you know. Doesn't really, unless this is just like, you know, this guy's personal feelings about the situation and Courier News doesn't feel the same way, okay? But it says here, I moderate a Discord that's partnered with Courier News, Living Looks and many others. So him making a message, posting something like this and saying like they don't want it all around social media, I would think that to be consistent with that message, if they're all like on the same page, then Courier News shouldn't still be posting this stuff on Instagram, which is social media, you know? So that to me is pretty inconsistent if they're supposed to be on the same page. However, if this is just, you know, this guy's personal thoughts about it, Courier News has his own thoughts about it, and whoever else has their own thoughts about it, then cool. But if there's supposed to be like a unified group or a unified associated set of people or whatever, then this wouldn't really make much sense to me, okay? So continuing now, Antares Reviews posted this by 5K Toys. They reposted what 5K Toys posted, right? It says, Photo 1, the message isn't very clear, but it seems that KW Studio isn't dead or not completely dead. It's still possible that the Cell KW will be sold normally. As for pre-orders, it's probably not worth canceling yet. It's better to wait for more news. And the 5K Toys image says, notice, according to some sources, KW is not dead or fully canceled. It is still alive in another form. We have not received any official notice from the studio yet, but if there are any product adjustments, we will post an update. So far, there has been no cancellation, okay? Second image here says, we do not guarantee the accuracy of this information and are not responsible for it. At the moment, several different versions of the story are circulating within the Chinese community, okay? So remember earlier, this post said, what I can say is the news we heard about Black Hole / LS Studios is legit. That seems to be consistent, right? But if we look at 5K Toys post over here, it seems that there is some discrepancy regarding Black Hole Toys as well. So let's continue this post here. It says Photo 2, which is this photo here, I believe, right? Regarding the recent third-party situation, it mainly started with Black Hole / LS, which are essentially the same brand. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know if it is true that Black Hole Toys and LS Studio were like the same studio with different names. Like, I didn't even, nothing about the moral figures made me think, oh, this is Black Hole Toys, you know? Anyways, regarding the recent third-party situation, it mainly started with Black Hole / LS, which are essentially the same brand. We do not sell, this is 5K Toys, I believe, speaking right by 5K Toys, right? We do not sell Black Hole or LS, so this is technically none of our business. However, since there have been so many rumors circulating recently, we are sharing information from various sources so everyone can have their own judgment. One version of the story says that their factory was raided, production was shut down, and 2 factory bosses were arrested. It also says that several major distributors selling Black Hole/LS were detained, although they were released shortly afterwards. So you see the difference between arrested and detained there. As I said, in America at least, there's a distinction. Arrested and detained are two different things. And that might be the case here according to the way this is written. At least, regarding China and stuff like that. Or wherever they are. Continuing. I assume they're in China, right? Continuing. According to this version, accessory kits are fine, but complete figures packed in one box are not. Okay, so you have to sell the bare heads, okay? Another version of the story says that Black Hole/LS collected full payment from retailers, but did not pass the money on to the factories for production, instead keeping the money. Because of that, some people believe the raid story may have been staged so they would not have to refund retailers. Because of these two different versions, many things have happened recently. DF cleared their Weibo, the Chinese IG or Instagram. Studios such as Tonsen Art, HM, KW, DKO, and MP have either dissolved or renamed their groups. Then yesterday, Quanmeng, I'm not sure how to say that, okay? Might be Quanmeng, Chanmeng, I'm not sure how you say that. My apologies to whoever this person or entity is. Then yesterday, that name, one of the largest Dragon Ball third-party distributors in China announced that pre-orders for products from DKO, ZT, KW, and others would be canceled, and customers were asked to request refunds. In any case, what we can see is that nearly all third-party studios have recently calmed down, are keeping a low profile, and are waiting to see how the situation develops. At this moment, there is still no 100% confirmation that everything has been completely canceled. If there are any further updates, we will let you know. So, I was watching the Figures and Films, I think they call it a podcast, either a podcast or a show, with like Daredevil 19, Star Blast Studios, and Champ Animations, right? And they were talking about the same thing. And I think it was Daredevil 19. He was basically saying like he probably thinks that the first story is the more likely one, the one with the whole rating thing actually happening. I'm thinking that the second story caught my attention because, of course, like probably a few months ago, we had that whole controversy where allegedly Black Hole Toys did not pay an artist or sculptor or something like that who was working on like their Gohan stuff or the Goku, a whole bunch of stuff. Like they didn't pay somebody, that kind of thing. That whole story took place, right? So if that really did happen, then the second story here would be consistent, in my view, with what was reported of them before. If they didn't pay that artist before, I wouldn't find it hard to believe that they basically, scammed a bunch of retailers or factories or whatever and didn't, deliver the money to the factory to be for production or whatever. It would be consistent with the previous event that we were told about Black Hole Toys. So it's very possible that no raid actually happened and we've all been essentially made fools of by Black Hole Toys. And Black Hole Toys is currently in Fiji with a massive bag of yuan, right? And yuan is Chinese currency for those who don't know. Black Hole Toys might have a massive bag of yuan, okay? So, I don't know. They might have run off into the Chinese sunset, okay? So, yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, ultimately, the whole third-party world, as far as the production goes and the companies and people making the stuff and all that, It's very, I would think, kind of semi-secretive, low-profile kind of stuff. So you can't really verify a lot of this information anyways, unless you're like in China, in the factory or whatever. So yeah, there's that. The raid might have never happened. I don't know. Okay, possible, not. And Kang also posted this on their Instagram story saying, no cancellation, just postponed shipment for the KW cell. Okay, so Kang has said, not canceled, just postponed shipment. And as I said just now, it's possible no raid ever happened. Black Hole Toys basically fooled us all, and everyone was panicking and freaking out, thinking Bandai was just like going absolutely ham on third-party companies. Okay, it's kind of like they're sheep, and Black Hole Toys was like wolf, 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 and everybody just freaked out, and then like there's actually no wolf. I don't know. It could be possible, but Black Hole Toys might have just like made everyone look like complete fools, basically. Yeah, including myself. I thought that stuff was really going on, And I just had another thought, actually. So, wait a minute. I'm thinking, if Black Hole Toys, right? If Black Hole Toys basically stole money from retailers because they didn't give it to the factories and stuff, they made a fake story and they kept the money. How could retailers give you refunds because they shouldn't have the money anymore if that's what happened? If that is what happened and they're giving you refunds, that must mean, of course, they're losing tons of money because they already gave their money to Black Hole Toys, theoretically, if that story happened. But anyways, Pretend Wolverine 541 posted this on Reddit as well. They asked, I believe this is Lane SRA Toys or Lane SRA Toys, not sure how you say their name. It says, did KW Cell really get canceled? They said, not true. We will refund if they really canceled the product. Thanks. Okay. So they said, not true, didn't get canceled. Okay. Now this is interesting. On the topic of Cell, but potentially a different Cell, Dry Personality 7857 posted this on Reddit saying another one, okay? And you see a Cell figure there, and they said they found it on AliExpress. Okay, they said AliExpress is where they found it. Now, this person said they think it might be KW. They guess it's KW under a new name. I personally wouldn't think that. I mean, this body is drastically different from what we saw from KW before. So if I had to guess, I would think this is probably a new studio or a different studio making a Cell figure. As we know with third-party stuff, oftentimes tons of studios make the same character at the same time. We've got two different Goku Blacks going on right now, Vital Forge and Dimensionia, right? You had Gogeta, you had Tonsen and DF. Now we have Cell. I guess there's KW and there's possibly FKB as well. I will say, I do like the look of this body, okay? Apart from the lack of shading, as is the common issue with basically all Dragon Ball figures. But I like the sculpt of this body. It's very slender, but sometimes Cell did look pretty slender. In fact, I guess in the manga, like on manga covers and stuff, I think, at least the manga cover I'm thinking of, Cell was a bit more slender on the manga cover I'm thinking of right now. In fact, let me find it right now. Hold on. Like, if you look at this stuff right here, Cell's body proportions are more slender here. I do think the KW is also pretty accurate size-wise, because sometimes in the anime, especially as far as I watch the anime, I haven't really read the manga that much. But as far as the anime goes, Cell was often depicted pretty bulky, and here he looks a bit more slender. Same thing for this, right? And this as well, okay? So, a more slender Cell, a bulkier Cell, they're actually both accurate depending on the frame, depending on the manga panel, manga cover, whatever you're going for. So I don't really mind this look for Cell. In fact, I'd probably prefer this over the KW personally. I think although it's more slender, it just the sculpt looks better quality, you know, but I mean, keep in mind, KW Cell, to me, the body looked way better as a, like, you know, white prototype or whatever than the actual final product they made. So if this is how this thing will really look colored, pretty solid. The plastic doesn't look like, it doesn't look cheap, but it also doesn't look like super like premium quality plastic. It looks kind of like, it reminds me of like model kit plastic almost, you know, but I do like the sculpt of this body right here. And it seems like if this is real, it has some articulation right here, which I guess is to help that part of his leg go under there to help him like kick out to the side better. So that is very interesting. If they can deliver in the face sculpt department, I might consider getting this. And something else is that I'm wondering, can this figure cross his arms without needing a crossed arm accessory piece? Now, if that is the case, that'll be very, very cool, but that might also be a sign that this could be AI, because, you know, AI doesn't care about, you know, actual real posability possibilities. So they might have just made the arms crossed because the AI generated that, you know? So yeah, I don't know. But I do like how this looks aesthetically. If the face sculpts can be pretty solid, might consider getting it potentially if it's real and so on. And the price isn't like absolutely just insane garbage. So yeah, more manga stuff there. And they also posted this. Semi-perfect cell. They said, please, I do not know if this is real. I only post what is shared to me. This is very likely not real, but I want to share here. If this is not welcome here, tell me and I will not share anymore. Gratitude. So, I mean, if someone is making semi-perfect cell, I would probably be very interested in that. But as they said, they don't know if it's real or not, okay? Next, Kang posted this for Dimensionia, okay, saying shipment in June to July. As I usually say, for third-party stuff, I would not take any of these dates as guarantees, okay? They're probably just more so indicators of what the studio is aiming for, okay? So there's that from Kang. And this person here posted on Reddit saying that Living Luke's is asking them, or asked them, to cancel their Vital Forge Gohan Black order. They said anyone else who ordered the Vital Forge Gohan Black being asked to cancel their order, they are actively advertising the product on their Instagram page and it can still be ordered. I ordered it way back in December, the day they listed it, and they've asked me to cancel. And you see here, Living Luke says, friend, the quantity sent by the factory is not enough to send out. Could you please apply to cancel the order and get a refund? Thank you for your understanding. I've, of course, never used Living Luke's before. I believe Courier News promotes their store and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on there. Kang says it's in stock. No, not, yeah, Goku, yeah, Vital Forge. Kang says they have Vital Forge Goku Black in stock right now. Okay, so if you want that, link in the description, of course. Also on dbfigs.com. I wouldn't expect Kang to ask you to cancel if they're like saying they have it right now. It's not even a pre-order or anything, okay? So as far as Dimensionia, the main competitor to the Vital Forge Goku Black and stuff like that, they posted these images. Oh, I wanted to mention something. With the, where is it? The Vital Forge. The Vital Forge. All right, we'll get to that later, I think. Yeah, we'll get to that later. All right. As far as Dimensionia goes, okay, it says here I guess the color sample in the picture is for real. I've never seen that word in my life. And not the final effect. The skirt in the picture is the old version. Large quantities will be updated to the new version. So they said large quantities will be updated to the new version, not all quantities. So I guess if you get this early, you might get the old version. If you get it later, you might get the new version. I don't know. But I mean, the quality of this looks pretty dang good. Like, I think it has like a nice matte look to it. I know some people said it looks kind of bulky, and that is true, but I don't really mind that much, I don't think. But I have to see it as a full figure. But I do like the matte look. The matte look is very, very nice to me. I do like that. 01B, that is 01A, okay? 01B is here. 01C. Not sure what the difference is between these two. They look very similar. Oh, the effect pieces are different. So this one, the effect pieces are different compared to that. But I don't think the body is different at all. Just the effect pieces, I guess. Okay. Interesting, interesting. All right. And this is an image of some head sculpts here. The picture shows the color sample test mold. It is not the final effect. Please refer to the actual effect of the bulk product, okay? And Kang, as I posted, I think I posted about this on my YouTube post section. Kang says they have Vital Forge Goku Black in stock, okay? Now, what I wanted to say about this was, why are the effect pieces red? That I do not understand. Don't get it. Very strange. Not sure what is happening there. I'm genuinely confused. I don't know. But yeah, so you have that, I have that. This, okay, these are the head sculpts, some of the head sculpts right there. And these right here as well, okay? I think these look, you know, acceptable. They're like, you know, they're not the most artistic, but they don't look as like generic as Bandai. So they're probably somewhere between Bandai. Like they're probably closer to Bandai, but slightly more artistic than Bandai, you know, in my opinion there. Kang also says shipment in April for the DF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, okay? Shipment in April or May for the GM Studio head sculpts. And I've added these to dbfakes.com. You can find these on the actual GM Studio page in the third-party section or in the new pre-order section, okay, and on Kang Store, of course, link in the description too. These look, the renders, let's say the renders. The renders for these look very, very good. Looks just like the manga. I think it's a manga cover right there. They look very, very good. But the price, I don't like the price. Like each set has only 3 face sculpts, right? Only 3 face sculpts. And it's $40 just for 3 face sculpts. Garbage. This should be one set with the windswept hair, the regular hair, and all the face sculpts. Even if it was 40 or 50, I think that'd be better value considering the artistic value of this, how good it looks, at least the renders look. But $40 for 3 face sculpts, slim chance I'll ever get that. Very slim chance. I just hate the price. I just absolutely find the price disgusting, to be honest with you. No, $40, 3 face sculpts, trash. So yeah, we haven't seen a final physical product of this yet. And if I recall correctly, I think GM Studios Gogeta head sculpts looked better as renders than as manufactured plastic products. So that might happen here, where the face sculpts look really good as renders, then as plastic products they still look probably pretty good, but not as good as the renders. So yeah, I don't know. I might or might not get these. This obviously, I believe this is the manga cover, as I said just now. So this probably could work for like making a manga cover video or something, but the price is just so, I hate the price so much, I might not get it. I might not get it. Kang also said shipment next week for the ZT Broly, the green-haired version, okay? And now we move on to Zealous Zenkai and Red Leaf Studios. I think this is like the last part of the news section, then we'll get to the AliExpress stuff and conclude the video for today. So Zealous Zenkai posted this saying, in light of unfortunate recent events for third parties and the continual negativity towards Ire the studio I share things for, I am deciding to slow down announcements and updates for the time being. As far as the company crackdowns go, I'm not going to say much. It's for the studios to handle and decide how things are done. As far as new announcements, that won't be happening anymore for quite some time. The most I will be posting is links for the products, releases, and shipment dates. From now on, I'll just let the products speak for themselves and hope for the best results from the studio. The studio is new. You're apprehensive about things because you might have been burned in the past. I get it, I do. You don't have to like everything the studio puts out. You don't have to be a fan. Like I said in the past, you're free to collect what you love. No one forces your hand to buy something you don't want. For all those who wish upon the downfall of the studio and to those who are just hateful of me, I truly wish you the best. I don't know what issues you're going through and what compulses you to feel the need to say something negative towards others and speak down on those who may be excited about these releases. I just hope you figure it out. I'm learning along the way how to go about these things and learning how words really do portray one's character. So although I will never regret defending myself or the studio, I will apologize for my past words I've used that represented me poorly. At the end of the day, everyone, these are toys, whether you like it or not. So just enjoy your collection, enjoy your hobbies, and have fun, okay? So I don't know what exactly this is about. It could be perhaps the Goku Black. I don't know if the Goku Black wasn't not the Goku Black, the Baby Vegito Black. I don't know if the Baby Vegito Black wasn't well received. I don't know if the Broly stuff wasn't well received or criticized heavily. The Janemba stuff, I don't know. I think the Janemba looks really, really cool. Apart from the, like I said, the hole in the stomach kind of thing. But I mean, sculpt wise, it looks really good. So I don't know what happened, but this was posted, okay? And then they posted this saying, thank you to all those who reached out and shared very kind and encouraging words. I appreciate every one of you immensely. Those who didn't say anything but still always show up, see what's happening, thank you as well. It means a lot. Most of where negativity stems from isn't from you guys who follow me and always check in. I'm definitely aware of that, don't worry. Like I mentioned before, new project announcements are going to slow down. For the time being, I will share all updates regarding these following projects that I've shared with you all so far. Unrelenting Monster, Zealous Zero. There's always new things being planned and creative. I wish I could just show and tell you all about it. But for now, you all have a lot to chew on, and I must let the studio work before asking questions. New things will be revealed eventually. Just stay patient with me, please. Also, many have asked me what happened to version B of, not sure what project that is. Could be, I guess, Zealous Zero project. Well, it's just better if I show you what happens to it, right? But I think it may be version B of the, isn't it called Interdimensional Jester? Isn't that the Janemba name? Right, so then it said tomorrow before, this is the original, or like the, previous look of the, I think this is Dragon Ball Heroes, or Dragon Ball, what's it called? Super Dragon Ball Heroes Janemba, okay? Before, after, and then there was this right here. And this is the Janemba that we saw last week. And as I said, apart from like the stomach area with the, I don't know what's happening with the stomach area there, but apart from that, very, very good sculpt. Puts like basically most third-party companies and of course Bandai to shame. And it's not very difficult to put Bandai to shame, obviously. That's a really low bar right there. Bandai is set. So they said, are you ready? And then they showed this right here. And I think the sculpt of this, from based on what we can see, the shadows and silhouette and stuff, looks very, very just really well done right there. Very, very well done. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff right there. And that right there is a better look at it without the other info on the screen. Okay. Very, very cool, I'd say. Artistically, really well done. Based on what I can see, of course. And then finally, their Broly stuff. They've updated the Broly stuff. Okay. Now, I don't know if they're making a full figure or if it's just the head sculpt, but the torso, I believe, the torso looks to not be the official Broly torso. Okay. But as far as I can tell, they've changed the hair sculpt. It looks a bit, pointier or sharper, I think. Not sure. But that could just be because it's a render, and a physical product might not capture that the same way, okay? So the update on the red hair right there. And they posted saying, I don't know if it's for the recent re-release of Full Power SHF body, or the same body previously shown. I know it's on a new torso, but I don't think it's a whole new figure. All that was said was they did not like how the physical product design looked and wanted to make something better. It's still referred to as Unrelenting Monster. Okay, so they said the hair sculpt was pretty cool and stuff like that. And the green version right here, okay. And finally, the pink version right here. Now, let's move on to AliExpress, the last segment of today's recap. All right, so links in the description for all of these, of course, and on dbfigs.com. As for new stuff from Kang, as I mentioned just now, or earlier, they have the GM Studio Goku Headsculpts here for pre-order. You have the regular hair and the windswept hair, okay? Or you can buy both of them together for $82.13, okay? And it says here get a bonus, but what is the bonus? Just a face sculpt? Yeah, $82.13, like insanity, absolute just. Yeah, so no, I can't even. I'm speechless. That you would ask $40 for 3 face sculpts. I'm speechless. So moving on, KW Cell, Kang has this as well. Let's see here. They actually didn't bump their price up like Treasure Toys did, as far as I can tell here. Well, this one is $117. Actually, that might be more than before. I think it was like more like close to 100 before. But these ones look similar to the original price. This one $117. So, anyways, the normal versions are sold out here, but they have the deluxe version still here for pre-order. $117.67 for either the A deluxe version or the B deluxe version, or you can buy both the deluxe versions together for $231.31. If you've seen my stuff for some time now, you know how I feel about this figure. Wouldn't recommend getting it for this price at all. Even the FKB might be better. I don't know if that's a different studio or whatever, but wouldn't recommend spending $100+ on this based on how the actual product images looked, okay? Then Kang also has the Super Saiyan 3 Goku from DF right here for pre-order as well. Although it says buy now, but yeah, that should say pre-order. Anyways, $81.37. No like really good, discount offer going on right now, but yeah, there's that. And then they also have, as I mentioned earlier, Vital Forge Goku Black and Gohan Black stuff in stock right now. So if you want these and Living Luke's is telling you to cancel, head over to Kang and get them right now, okay? If you want them. Then we also have the competitor to that, which is Dimensionia, okay? 01A, 01B, 01C. Okay, if you want any of those are here for pre-order as well from Treasure Toys. This is Treasure Toys. I don't think I saw these on Kang, okay? So there you go. All right, guys, that's it for today's recap. If you want to see all this stuff neatly organized, go to dbfigs.com. Makes collecting much more simple, less of a hassle, and stress-free, or less stressful at least. Be sure to subscribe if you want to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.